Hello, my name is GlitchWitch.JPG, and I make videos about internet horror, analog horror, digital horror, creepypastas, internet horror ARGs, internet urban legends, and sometimes I talk about horror movies and video games, and sometimes I come across something that in my soul I know is internet horror, but it doesn't quite fit into any of those, that exhaustive list I list at the beginning of every one of my videos, but that is the beauty and the joy of internet horror, in my humble opinion, is it can be anything, it can come from anywhere, and sometimes I think people making it don't even know they're making it. You may say, GlitchWitch, that means you're delusional, and you are pinning this title onto people who don't want it, and maybe you're right. But this is something I have enjoyed doing in the past, where I see a weird thing on the internet, and I go, baby, that's internet horror. In the past, I've covered things like Ronette's Updates, who I think is aware of what they're doing. I have spoken with Ronette's Updates since that video. Delightful individual. Please, if you do anything, go support Ronette's Updates on twitter.com. Incredible account. Today, it has been brought to my attention that there is a very compelling horror narrative occurring on Instagram Reels and TikTok about a certain he who hungers for yogurt, but not just any yogurt, not frozen yogurt, not plain Greek yogurt, not fruit in the bottom, not Danimals, not Go-gurt, but dry yogurt.
This is how you make the infamous dried yogurt bowl with a monochromatic gradient hue. Ever since the first time that he demanded I supply the dried yogurt, I have really wanted to knock his socks off by impressing him with a job well done. To add a unique visual element to today's yogurt bowl, I have used different shades, but of only one color, to introduce beauty and nuance while still keeping it simple and legible. He hates when he does not understand things, but he also hates when he is bored. And so I must expertly toe this line when I make the yogurt bowl for him, just the way he likes it, as quickly as possible with the chocolate shell. And please remember this advice, because you will need it, because his demands are increasing.
This account that has brought him and his hunger, lust, thirst for dry yogurt is Doorknob Girl, or MBurks on TikTok. And this saga was brought to my attention by a friend of GlitchWitch, E-Rob, Erin O'Brien. Say hello, E-Rob, everyone. We stan E-Rob. We love her. She sent this to me and was like, this is something. And boy, was she right. Doorknob Girl, I'm just gonna call this creator Doorknob Girl rather than MBurks, because here's the thing about me. Here's the thing about old GlitchWitch. I am a respectable, nearly 30-year-old woman with a career and a house and 2 cats and a 10-year-old car, and I use Instagram Reels. I don't have a TikTok account. I never want to have a TikTok account. I don't. So I, have been following the saga of the dry yogurt on Instagram, which there is less. There's more content on TikTok. So I am, in this video, going to be browsing TikTok on the web browser version. And you will notice that it says I am not following Doorknob Girl on TikTok. That is not because I do not love Doorknob Girl. It is because I do not have a TikTok account. So trust and believe that I am following on Instagram and I wait every single post. But for you guys to have the most authentic lore of the yogurt, I am looking at the TikTok. So I just want you to know that. Doorknob Girl is multifaceted. This is not her first viral foray into the internet. She had a series about melting crayons, tonally very similar, but the yogurt is our fixation today. If we like this, I will go look at her crayons and her homemade paper. She is a multifaceted woman of great integrity and creation. But this is internet horror to me. Why is it internet horror? The thing that I love about internet horror is pushing the boundaries of what we already have on the internet. So, for example, creepypasta was an internet evolution of like found footage, where you suspend your belief, you stumble upon something, and you think it's real. In the instance of creepypasta, the first creepypasta was Ted's Caving Journal, which was a Angel Fire website about this guy named Ted who was a caver. Shocking. And people believed it was real because why the hell wouldn't they? Everyone had their own little random websites chronicling different things, and Ted, it wasn't that weird. He found a weird cave that had never been logged in a map, and so he and his friend kept digging. Things were kind of off, things were kind of weird, but nothing that was like unbelievable. And then the Gagarini of Ted's Caving Journal is he made one final post that was like, my friend went missing, I'm gonna go look for him at the cave, I'll update you guys. And then he never uploaded again, so everyone thought Ted died. Now, Ted is a real man. Ted Hegeman, he is out there in the world. It was a fictional story. That's pushing the boundaries of the format to tell stories. The format being personal blogs, personal websites. That was such a big thing in the 2000s. So we keep getting that as internet horror goes on. You get Twitter ARGs, which were one of my all-time favorite forms of internet horror that were very big in the 2010s, where you had stories like Dear David or The Sun Vanished, or my personal favorite, Teletubbies Updates, where you use the format of Twitter, where you inherently have some trust in that it's just someone like venting their personal feelings or like posting about their day, and you use that format to tell a story. So the thing that I really like about Doorknob Girl in the Dry Yogurt is it's using TikTok, which I think is a very, and I may just be biased in this because I don't use TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is a very underutilized format for internet horror, metafiction, unfiction. I think that it has a lot more room to grow. I'm sure that we'll keep seeing stuff as it continues. I don't know if it's like the short format makes it hard to keep a continued story going on, or it's very easy to pick up that it's not real, which I think is fine. I don't think it has to do the suspension of disbelief that, things like the Twitter ARGs did. I feel like it's very underutilized, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are some that I don't know about. I know arguably probably the biggest TikTok, and I think it's on TikTok, maybe it's just on Instagram, I don't know. The biggest TikTok internet horror thing is the Angel Engine, which is a AI-generated analog horror series that is absolutely training off of and stealing from some of our greatest internet horror artists like Dr. Nowhere and Draxum. So if you didn't already know that, this is your sign to stop supporting the Angel Engine. It's hack shit. I think TikTok is a great open frontier, and again, maybe there are some I don't know about because I'm not on the platform, but I don't see a lot of my peers, or my more popular peers, in internet horror spaces, like YouTubers, talk about stuff on TikTok as much. The only thing I can think of is like Hannah the Horrible, who I love. If you're not subscribed to Hannah the Horrible, go. She is the best. She'll like debunk like paranormal TikToks and stuff, which I think is really cool. I like when she does that. But that to me is not the same as like internet horror fiction. I like that Doorknob Girl is utilizing TikTok. B, I like that Doorknob Girl is utilizing the very comforting, expected, tried and true format of the cooking video. We are all used to seeing cooking videos, especially for like viral bullshit, like dry yogurt or that Dalgona coffee bullshit during the pandemic, or sourdough or whatever. So you're taking this thing that you're used to seeing and then flipping it on its head by adding this weird running story throughout. Let's go ahead and watch some of Doorknob Girl's yogurt videos. We're not going to sit and watch all of them because there are too many. It would take too long. Plus, you need to go support her on her channel and watch them yourself. And the genius of this narrative is it's not linear at all. You could really click on any single video and they're equally as confusing as the last. Once you get, the general scope of what's going on, like you get into it more, like you want more, you crave the yogurt just like he does. But I do think that is genius from a storytelling perspective, especially for a platform like TikTok where you're not going to get it linear. It's easier to go to Twitter, I feel like, and like scroll down. But the way that I understand TikTok is like shit just shows up on your For You page or people send you random stuff. And it's harder to do like a bottom to top, timeline, especially if you're someone that posts a lot. So I think that's a genius narrative choice. But anyway, let's take a look. Now, I don't know, this might be one of those, sometimes I make videos where I'm like, maybe no one else gets this the way that I do, or maybe not no one else, because obviously it's popular. Like, she has like 1 million followers on TikTok and like hundreds of thousands on Instagram, but I don't know if this will resonate with the internet horror community the way it's resonating with me, but my lord, is it resonating with me. Okay, so this is Doorknob Girl's TikTok. There are so many, as you can see, but we're gonna take a look at her dry yogurt playlist, and there are some of my favorites are not in the playlist, but I want to start there. And essentially, I've been talking at length at this point, but what is happening here? What is the premise of Doorknob Girl and the Dry Yogurt Saga? Essentially, he wants her to make dry yogurt with the chocolate shell as quickly as possible, just the way he likes it. That's all you need to know, okay? That's all you need to know. You may ask, who is he? Who is him? Like all the comments do. That's not for you to ask, and it's not for me to ask.
This is your sign that it's time to make the dried yogurt. You have got to learn to make the dried yogurt bowl within your own home as soon as possible. Now pay attention to the yogurt imagery. Just relax and digest all this carefully curated content that's gonna get into your brain and help you make the yogurt. It's a very calm and non-invasive way for me to make sure that you have what you need to do what you have absolutely got to do. And you better not serve it up plain, because it has to be special for that special someone. You know who he is. So please, please, please begin to make the dried yogurt within your own home. You have got to get on this. You've got to get on this now and make it snappy. So good luck to everyone, and once again, please, please do this today.
This is a very good overview of, everything that this is about. You gotta make the dry yogurt for him. Dry yogurt is, I didn't know what it was until Doorknob Girl came into my life. But it is apparently one of those bullshit viral things that like BuzzFeed would make an article about. And essentially what you do is you take yogurt, Greek yogurt, and you press it between either like paper towel or cheesecloth, and you press it down with something like a pan or a plate or whatever, and you put it in the fridge for like an extended period of time. The water gets squished out and then it becomes dry yogurt. I don't want to spoil the end of this video. It's not as easy as it looks, is all I will say. But after Doorknob Girl makes the dried yogurt, she usually covers it with chocolate of some sort. This evolves later into a chocolate shell, as you will see. But essentially, outside of the context of this series, it's like a way to make a yogurt bowl if you're a freak like me that hates yogurt. Like, I hate yogurt, y'all. The consistency of yogurt makes me want to just curl up in a ball and die. I don't like most dairy things. I like ice cream. And I like a melted mozzarella or like a melted Oaxaca cheese. Other than that, I don't like most cheeses. I don't fuck with milk. I like coffee creamer, and that's it, and ice cream. I don't like yogurt. I don't get like cottage cheese makes me want to. I don't like it. So I was intrigued by the concept of this because sometimes I have to have yogurt because I need the probiotics, right, for a health reason. I will take a Greek yogurt and I will freeze it. And then I'll chip away at it. So this was kind of appealing to me. So I get it. I do get the concept of it. But yes, he hungers for it. And someone here commented, why doesn't he like wet yogurt? And because it's wet. That's why he doesn't like wet yogurt. She is encouraging us to take part in the yogurt making. Let's continue.
It is once again time to make his daily yogurt bowl. His special strengthening yogurt bowl that empowers body and mind. With each superfood yogurt bowl he consumes, he is quite literally growing inches. He is visibly growing daily and has gained at least 2 feet in the past 3 months. It is likely that he will live for a very long time. For today's flavor, we will have a classic strawberry sauce, healthy chocolate, and strawberry goji berry dried yogurt bowl. When it is so evident the yogurt bowl makes his body so strong, we can only imagine what it does for his mind. Because very few words are exchanged when he comes for his yogurt bowl. And I hear him knocking now.
Okay, so in this one, we're getting more info. The yogurt is making him stronger. He is not entirely human. We can understand that he is growing rapidly in a rapid amount of time, and that he is going to live very long, maybe longer than a human could live. And very important, see a comment down here. Kayla says, maybe he is the friends we made along the way. And Doorknob Girl says, he's not super friendly, TBH. So he is malevolent and he wants his yogurt. And, it's making him strong because it's so healthy and there's so many superfruits involved. Shout out to Kaya Summer for leaving the comment. The internet is such a strange place. Yes, that's why I'm here. That is my entire purpose.
This is how you can make your very own dry yogurt bowl in your own house today. Yesterday, he left me a little note that says, if you see rain tomorrow, I will be expecting a blueberry yogurt bowl, or else you will never see the rain again. Now watch as I use this gorgeous blueberry sauce to give a gorgeous natural hue to our yogurt. It is so amazing the beautiful colors that Mother Nature will give us naturally if we just ask. And after a quick drying of the yogurt, this special naturally colored treat is almost ready for us to offer to him. But first we must layer on some divine toppings, which he will love, I hope. And as we admire it in the sunshine, I prepare myself because I can literally hear him running up the street. He's gonna love it. I hope.
Again, he contains power. He leaves her notes saying things that she will never see the rain again. He's running down the street for his yogurt. And these little hints into him makes us know that the yogurt is important. We cannot leave him without the yogurt. And it's just delightful storytelling.
Your very own. This is how you make dry yogurt with a very special chocolate shell as quietly as possible so that he doesn't hear us. He has learned the various sounds of the yogurt making, and so we've got to switch up our method. We've got to use different tools so that he doesn't recognize the sounds. And we really got to keep on our toes because he's a quick learner. The special chocolate shell is a new addition to his yogurt bowls. We can only hope that he is pleased enough to be satisfied, but not so much that he dramatically increases his demands. It's a fine line. It's a fine line that he makes us walk. But that is a-okay with me because I actually like being on edge all the time. I enjoy the eggshells on which he makes me walk. Almost as much as he will hopefully enjoy this beautiful dried yogurt with the chocolate chip. This is how you make dry yogurt with a very special chocolate. Yes, I am okay. Now follow along as I show you how to make the dry yogurt bowl, if you dare. The average person does not possess the integrity needed to make such a bowl, to strain the yogurt the old-fashioned way. It is the shame of our generation, but I have persevered. I have honed this craft, and for better or for worse, I have caught his eye with my special skills. For today's yogurt bowl, our beautiful dried yogurts will rest upon a bed of pomegranate. And that's because yesterday he slipped me a little note that said pomegranates or else. And while I'm sure he means only good things, I see no reason to not heed his demands. I will enthusiastically take his suggestions because it is no inconvenience to me. And plus, it looks beautiful. Yes, I am okay.
And I think another reason that I am so endeared by Doorknob Girl is obviously the vocal delivery, the vocal performance. It infects my brain like a parasite. I find myself talking like her. It scratches a very Carmen Winstead itch in my brain. If you're not familiar with Carmen Winstead, I did make a video about that. You should watch it. It's old, but I still think it's kind of a good one. The Tea with Carmen Winstead, it's a creepypasta, but most people know it for this insane voice to text to speech rendition of it that became a meme. And yes, Carmen Winstead is a lot more grating on the ear than Doorknob Girl is. However, there is a fear in the voice that is pleasing to me that reminds me of Carmen Winstead, especially in this one when she says that she is okay.
Yes, I am okay.
Yes, I am okay is very, hello, my name is Carmen Winstead.
This is how you make a healthy dessert that has special ingredients that can make your brain stronger and help undo the damage. There is no greater act of love in this world than making the special yogurt bowl for someone who you hold dear, someone you want to see become strong and powerful. For today's yogurt, he requested chocolate and berries. And if there's one thing you should know, it's that when he has a request, I do not disappoint. He is the demand and I am the supply. And the product, of course, is this absolutely stunning, superfood brain strengthening, dry yogurt bowl that is miraculously coming to life before your very eyes. If you're wondering how it tastes like the best thing that you've ever had in your whole entire life. And here you have a very simple, healthy dessert. This is how you make a... One time there was this girl and she was so good at making the yogurt bowl. She tried to keep her special talents a secret, but he found out. He found out one day how good she can make the yogurt bowl. And now he demands it. So please join me as we meet his demands with a show-stopping dried yogurt bowl. Our pistachio honey dried yogurt has been formed into a house. But now it is time to make this house a home. We're adding some lovely superfoods that are gonna boost everyone's brain power to the max. I can feel his eyes on me as he anxiously awaits his yogurt bowl. Leave a comment and tell me what flavor or toppings you think I should do next. I've pretty much already decided I'm gonna do a rose flavor with rose petals and white chocolate, but I'm open to considering other suggestions.
I do believe that this is chronologically the first one. Again, I was going off of her playlist, how she had it, laid out, but just, this is the original.
The viral dry yogurt as fast as possible because ever since the first time he saw it, he has been demanding that I make it at once. I wasn't ready for it because it seems like it has a lot of steps, but today we're carpe diem seizing the day, bright and early this morning with the dried yogurt in the heart-shaped tin, with the blueberry compote per his request, and of course the most devastating fruit to work with, an entire pomegranate. I'm trying to work really quickly because I just heard him in the back. He said, I expect my yogurt bowl will be here soon. But luckily for everyone, this yogurt bowl is ready, almost, and wait until you see the insides. From the side view, it's undeniably gorgeous. I forgot to mention I put it in the freezer for a while, so it's frozen. I hope this will make him happy, and I'm very glad that I captured it on camera. Making the viral.
So there's lore implications to this. Another Doorknob Girl creation, which is Petunia. Which Petunia is, speaking of bullshit viral foods, Petunia is her sourdough starter. I'm not gonna get into Petunia, but I will show you one video of Petunia.
Please join me in the feeding of Petunia and the making of some delicious natural crackers from her production. Petunia is a blessing in our home, but she's also hungry and she's agitated. First, we reduce Petunia to a fraction of what she was before and put what's left over in that little bowl. This is butter, and we combine with Petunia. This is cheese, and of course, baby's signature spice mix. Once we get these in the oven, we will get to the feeding of Petunia, the blessing of our home. 1 part Petunia, 1 part water, 1 part flour. She returns to her home, so she will soon grow again. Baby does not eat crackers from the store, and he knows that he's better and stronger than the kids that do. But baby also expresses gratitude because baby knows not every home has a Petunia, the blessing of our home. Please join.
Baby is another character that I'm not quite sure when Baby appeared, but Baby, people talk about Baby a lot in the comments. I'm not sure if Baby maybe started in the crayons. But again, like, the lore is deep, the lore is long. I'm here for yogurt. Okay, this is maybe my favorite, which it's dry yogurt in the shape of a woman.
This is how you make a dry yogurt bowl the safest way possible. Begin drying the yogurt late at night when everyone else is sleeping, because as soon as he hears the sounds of yogurt, he will come knocking. And once you hear him knocking, there's not much time left. Today's yogurt will be in the shape of a woman, even though everybody hates them. But for the slight minority of us who don't, we find this beautiful yogurt woman very inspiring, and we respect her. And so respectfully, we will cover her in his favorite toppings. And now the beautiful woman-shaped dry yogurt superfood bowl is almost ready. So when I hear his large footsteps approaching the home, I feel virtually no anxiety at all. I can tell by his shadow that he is at least a foot taller than when I saw him last week. This is how you make.
To me is a perfect dry yogurt video because the yogurt is beautiful. It's in the shape of a woman. Woman. I can't speak, y'all. And second, we get, some good, like, you can tell she's nice and fearfully, nice and healthily fearful of him. And we also learn of his supernatural abilities, that he has grown a foot since she saw him last, right? And he's coming nearly daily for this yogurt. So growing a foot in a day is not normal. Because there was a moment when I was like, oh, he's her son. Like, this is a big haha cute joke. She has a kid. She's making the yogurt bowl for him. He's hungry. But when you hear things like that, I'm like, no, he is a capital H-E. He, a deity, a yogurt god, some unnatural benevolent force, which pleases me. It would have still been cute if it was like, oh, it's a kid. I do not think that is the case. I think that he is not to be understood. He is just, we must feed him yogurt. But the line, hold on.
Because as soon as he hears the sounds of yogurt, he will come knocking. And once you hear him knocking, there's not much time left. Today's yogurt will be in the shape of a woman, even though everybody hates them.
Today's yogurt will be in the shape of a woman, even though everybody hates them, is so funny, and it sticks in my head. I have watched this specific video probably 15 times. It's so funny. It just activates something in my brain. Another thing that I think is very important about good internet horror, on social media platforms is how you engage with your audience. And Doorknob Girl does engage. You know, she answers to replies with videos. She replies to comments. And it's good to do that. In this case, not believability, because obviously, I don't know. This one's a little different. But in cases of like Twitter ARGs and stuff, it makes you buy into them as a real person. But in this case, it just makes people feel part of the narrative, which I think is fun. I especially like in this case for this video, someone had commented saying, y'all don't understand how funny this woman is, essentially, you know, recognizing that this is incredible. It's great comedy. It's just, you know, very talented, but she replies in narrative form. Like she replies in a way that makes sense for the narrative and does not address that it is, you know, a skit or a comedy thing online, which I really like. Don't ever break the narrative, okay? Don't ever break the narrative.
Make the dried yogurt, which is not a joke because we have to do it quickly before he gets here. Recently, his demands have increased to daily yogurt, at least 1 yogurt bowl per day. He lets me know with little notes on my door that I calmly go downstairs and check for every morning. And sometimes once more before I go to bed. Today's note said, "You know what I want, make it snappy. Or else, I'll go bananas." Bananas underlined 2 times. So I'm gonna hope that he's telling me in his own way that he wants bananas. And I'm really gonna hope this, because for today's yogurt bowl, we have a chocolate chip and toasted walnut and banana yellow dried yogurt bowl for him. And now I'll set it down and wait, because I'm pretty sure I hear him knocking.
Okay, we need to get into the chocolate shell. Okay, okay, here is... This is a step-by-step again. There's a few step-by-steps she's posted as more people have started following, but this one shows the chocolate shell. The chocolate shell is very important. The chocolate shell evolved. So a lot of videos outside of this playlist show the chocolate shell more. I think the chocolate shell is very important.
Please pay attention, Bethany, because I'm gonna teach you. Because there's nothing more that I want than everybody to know how to make yogurt just the way he likes it. First, you need yogurt, Greek yogurt, and he actually prefers the 5% milk fat, but this is mommy's little secret. He likes it sweet, and so we sweeten it and add a beautiful hue before the drying process. You can use paper towels, a cheesecloth, a cloth, anything you can get your hands on, anything. And then you wrap it up and apply the pressure. And then you shove it in the fridge, even though it's a mess. And when it's been properly dried to his liking, it shouldn't stick to the cloth. But Bethany, he doesn't like any ordinary dried yogurt. It has to be special. And to make this special chocolate shell, all you need is chocolate and coconut oil. Please, please, please make this at your house tonight for him.
I do want to point out that Kirsty here commented, "Is he okay with you sharing this?" And Doorknob Girl says he definitely doesn't have a TikTok, which I think is funny. This next one on the playlist, I don't know, but I think I have a lot of LGBTQ plus followers, viewers, subscribers, whatever you're called. What platform is this? It's YouTube, your subscribers. And I love you all. And this, I'm a dirty straighty. This made me laugh, and I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to laugh at it, but it made me laugh.
Please join me as we make his daily yogurt bowl as respectfully as possible so that he doesn't go berserk again. Just around the corner is that month, so I figured I'd make this yogurt bowl in those colors. For many, these colors bring a sense of pride and joy, and for others, they might make them go berserk. I have no idea how he feels about it, but the whole neighborhood is about to find out. Here, you can see me quite literally covering my pride and joy in the delicious hard shell of chocolate. In this symbolic moment, I hide the beauty that I worked so hard to create. But like everything we build in this house, we then again tear it down. And we break it open and we reveal our true colors once again. And we top it with a little something that says, "Mom, we need to talk." And now we wait for him to come and get it.
The line delivery of "it's almost that month, so I decided to use those colors" killed me the first time I saw this. And I like the insinuation that we don't know if he is an ally or not. I think he probably likes the yogurt. I assume he is an ally. I also just want to say this is beautiful yogurt. All those colors, it looks beautiful. It looks like clay. That's why I want to eat it. I don't have pica, but I have tendencies. I want to eat sand all the time. I want to eat clay. When I see slime, like slime videos, I want to chew on them. I don't know what that says about me. So I'm just going to show you a few more of my favorites that are not in the playlist. But, you know, I don't want to say it's a lot of the same because the story does progress, but you get the picture now, right? This is a favorite of me and Aaron's. Enjoy.
I have already demonstrated the sphere method in a previous video. However, as it is pertinent for our nation that you figure this out, I will show you again right here, right now, how to craft a spherical dried yogurt for him just the way he likes it, as quickly as possible with the chocolate shell. And watch now as beauty takes shape. And for today's yogurt, we have a large portion because he's been hungry, Desiree. He has a hunger as if he were eating for 3. To ensure that we continue to optimize the spherical form throughout the process, the chocolate pouring and the post spin must be flawless. If you're someone who doesn't get things right on the first try, then I would fix that about yourself before you try doing this even once. Because once he hears the sounds of yogurt, he will be knocking with expectations very high.
After we're going to make this dry yogurt in the shape of woman, even though everyone hates them. He's hungry, Desiree. He has a hunger is my other favorite line from Doorknob Girl. So I think that's enough. You get the gist, and please go and watch all of them on your own, of course. I think that using the internet to tell stories in unconventional ways is the thing I love so much about internet horror, like internet horror proper. If you don't want to consider this proper internet horror the way that like creepypasta or analog horror is, I just think it's so creative and it's so cool. And it's a great way to showcase your specific skill set in a way that maybe, you know, you wouldn't expect. And I think being aware of your format and the positives and the negatives of each format is very important. And I think that this is an example of a creator who, you know, understands TikTok, understands the format of short form videos. You know, I was a Vine addict, so even I sometimes struggle to consider, you know, sometimes you see 3-minute reels and I'm like, okay, just put it on YouTube at this point. But short form video content, managing to tell a story over multiple videos, it's impressive. And I think that, you know, you have to be aware of what keeps people coming back, what's funny, what's scary, what's interesting. And, you know, this is kind of a perfect example of it's visually stimulating because of the dry yogurt. She is funny. Her vocal delivery is funny. The story is funny, but it is off-putting. Like, it is slightly off-putting. I've come to a point where now I think it's funny because this is very much the type of thing I like, because I do find it like internet horror coded. But I think it does kind of off-put some people, and they don't get it. And I think that's really cool, especially if you're just scrolling randomly on TikTok as the TikTok algorithm works, and you come across this woman crying while making yogurt for him who runs down the street and is growing, you know, feet per day. That's the beauty of the internet. The internet can be anything, and you can tell any story on the internet. So I champion things like this from an internet horror perspective, because internet horror can be anything, and you can tell any story any way you want using any medium. And people will engage with it. People have engaged with her on a massive scale. People love this stuff, and I am one of them. And I hope you are one of them too. And, you know, this did inspire me single-handedly as well. Not to create my own internet horror narrative, but to create dry yogurt for him with the chocolate shell just the way he likes it. And if I don't upload again, you'll know why. So take a look at me trying to make dry yogurt with the chocolate shell for him just the way he likes it. Not quick as possible. Not quick as possible. I'm going to try to make dried yogurt myself. I'm doing a little differently than our diva because I think she literally leaves it like on the counter for like 2 hours, and I ain't trying to get sick like that. I'm sure it's fine, but I don't play like that. So this is happening 2 days before the rest of the video is happening so that it can dry in the fridge. I am using Food Lion Greek vanilla because y'all know I'm from the South. Food Lion is my grocery store. It's a southern chain. We love Food Lion. It's the only grocery store in my town. It was 99 cents. I don't get sponsorships. I don't have enough AdSense to buy Chobani, so it is what it is. A funny thing that maybe I've already said in the video, I fucking hate yogurt. I think it's gross. I do like it frozen, so I'm kind of hoping I might like it this way, because I do like when it freezes, but like the normal consistency of yogurt kind of makes me want to die. I don't love dairy products in general, really, outside of like ice cream. So I'm hoping that this is more like an ice cream. But I guess it doesn't matter what I think because it's really what he wants, right? This is a lot. I probably should have just done one. It'll be a big old ball. Okay. And I'm gonna do the chocolate shell, don't worry, but it's too early for that. I'm gonna have to do, so I'm just gonna wrap it up. This is so gross. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up like that in a little ball. Is it doing anything yet? Ugh. Oh god, it's so wet. My husband is filming. Everyone say thank you, Noah.
You're welcome.
I need to weigh it down with something. I didn't think that far. I have put a pan with 3 cans on top of it to press it down, and it's already working. You can see that disgusting color that I'm not gonna say what it looks like, dripping. So I'm sure that in 48 hours this will be a beautiful dry yogurt that he would enjoy. And we have, just for reference, a Publix reduced sodium black beans. Always save whole kernel corn. I don't know. Oh, that's from a neighbor that was moving out. And another always save whole kernel corn. So I'm sure that I'll never eat these, but at least they're doing something. So I have to put this in the fridge now.
That's awful.
Can you open the fridge, Mr. Husband? Will this fit in the fridge? No.
All right, hold on.
There you go, dry yogurt. Get dry, please. It's so gross. Ugh. Okay, we'll see in 2 days in like 30 seconds for you guys, but 2 days for me. Dry yogurt. We are taking the 48-hour dried yogurt out of the fridge. You'll notice the fridge is more full because I went grocery shopping. There is goop down there, so something did happen. Cold beans and cold corn. Okay. Only a little bit of yogurt on the bottom of the pan. That's gonna be a later problem. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see how dry this dry yogurt is. It's wet. Okay, but it does look like our queen's dried yogurt in her videos. It's still a little squishy. Let's see. I'm gonna take a spoon. It's still pretty yogurty. But I'm gonna scoop it into a ball and put chocolate on it. Maybe it's pretty yogurty. Okay, I'm going to do the sphere thing she does. Let's see, maybe I can get a little bit more moisture out this way. Oh, God. Okay, you know what? No, that's not gonna work. This is why I'm not a cooking channel. Okay, it's in a ball. I'm gonna... It doesn't not look like it, but I feel like it's not supposed to be this wet.
It's probably because it's cold, right? Maybe?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Zoom in on the yogurt, man.
Oh.
I have the chocolate shell on my moderately moist yogurt ball. Let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna pour it like she does. Okay, see that looks, chocolate will fix everything. And if you didn't recall from the video, the chocolate shell is simply just coconut oil and chocolate chips. I accidentally got mini chocolate chips because that's what I usually use in my chocolate chip cookies. Food lining, of course. So I'm gonna let this harden allegedly. I don't know how long it takes, but I have to crack it because it's a chocolate shell. Okay, I was gonna lie to you guys, but that's not truthful. I put it in the freezer because I was too impatient for the chocolate shell to dry, or to harden. So we have a chocolate shell. Walter, what are you doing?
Playing with a bone.
Mama's making yogurt.
Alright.
Shell, show the shell. Okay, he seems to like it when the shell gets broken, so I'm gonna break the shell now. It's too thick of a shell. It's just yogurt. It's not dry. It's just yogurt. And the chocolate is stuck to the bowl. This is why I don't cook. The one filming, my husband cooks. I don't cook. I hate yogurt. This isn't even really trying it because it's just yogurt, but it tastes a little less sour than normal yogurt. I'm sure that.
Well, it's vanilla. It's not like plain yogurt.
I mean, because there's less liquid in it. That's yogurt. I fucked it up. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's yogurt. It's yogurt and chocolate.
I've failed. If I don't make another upload, it's because he's disappointed in me.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that.
I like the chocolate. I'm just eating the chocolate. Okay, back to me. Hit just to stop recording. Stop recording. Okay, hello. I am back. You saw that. It was deplorable. As I gazed upon her videos again, even though I had seen all of them multiple times, I do think she's freezing them. I think she's freezing them for a long time, and I didn't do that. If you see this Doorknob Girl and I'm wrong, and I just lack the, clarity and purity of my heart to make dried yogurt, that's fine too. But my yogurt was not wet, it was moist. I'll call it moist yogurt. It could have been wetter. And I am pleased with my chocolate shell. I think I did a good job with the chocolate shell. It was perhaps too thick, but there are worse things in this world than a too thick chocolate shell, right? So I implore you to make your own dry yogurt for him with the chocolate shell, just the way he likes it, as quickly as possible, because Doorknob Girl can't keep doing this on her own. She will get burnt out, and he hungers, and his hunger grows. So we, the internet horror community on YouTube, we must do our part to feed him his dry yogurt with the chocolate shell. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to shout out my YouTube members. The Creepypasta OCs are up on screen, and then in Survival Horror Emo, we have E-Rob, the queen of this episode, who brought Doorknob Girl and him and the dry yogurt to me. Thank you, E-Rob. Everybody clap. If you liked this video, you like E-Rob, right? And then we also have So-Called Punk. And then in Analog Horror Scary Face, we have Kira Coffer, Alvacan, and Charlotte Sabina. If you would like to become a member, there's a little join button down below next to the subscribe button. But liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing means the world. And more importantly, go follow Doorknob Girl on Instagram and TikTok. She's Doorknob Girl on Instagram and mburkz on TikTok. And please support her more than supporting me. I am just trying to, a lot of you may already follow her because she does have a lot of followers, but I wanted internet horror eyes on her because she is our sister in yogurt and our sister in internet narrative storytelling. We love to see it. So, be more careful than me. Respect the dry yogurt more than I did, because clearly he's probably coming for my ass tonight. Also say thank you to my husband who filmed me and then ate the yogurt, and he hated it so much. And he still ate it for me. So, say thank you, Mr. GlitchWitch. Thank you, Mr. GlitchWitch. Pray for me that he does not take the rain away from me and does not kidnap me from my own home tonight for failing to make the dried yogurt with the chocolate shell just the way he likes it as quickly as possible. Have a nice day. Bye.